Psychological trauma frequently takes root in the most domestic settings. Even in households where parents believe they are providing care, the mechanism a child uses to determine the truth can begin to fail. Under the guise of discipline or simple education, well-meaning caregivers can inadvertently dismantle a child's grip on reality. This boils down to a biological internal GPS, a concept called epistemic autonomy. It is the capacity to trust what you feel, see, and experience in your own body. This GPS isn't active at birth. A developing brain relies on parents to provide the accurate, consistent calibration needed to turn sensory data into trusted reality. When that parental feedback consistently contradicts what the child's senses are telling them, it plants a seed of chronic self-doubt. The destruction of that reality usually begins with mundane, everyday interactions, rather than grand deceptions. Imagine a toddler who feels the physical pangs of hunger. They are reacting to a genuine biological signal, but the parent, perhaps tired or distracted, tells them, "You're not hungry, you're just sleepy." The child is now forced to choose. They can either trust their own stomach or trust the parent they depend on for survival. By accepting the parent's version of events, the brain begins to learn that external authority is more reliable than its own biological signals. This invalidation often scales into emotional gaslighting. A hurt or crying child is told they are too sensitive or exaggerating their pain. It's like a broken thermometer. The child's brain registers the heat of emotional distress, but the parent demands they ignore the reading. Even if the mind tries to deny it, the nervous system acts as a ledger. Trauma researchers like Dr. Bessel kolk have shown that the body meticulously records these internal conflicts. The contradiction between a physical feeling and parental denial creates an immediate, high-intensity stress response. To manage this conflicting data, the child eventually shuts down their emotional awareness as a way to maintain the relationship and survive the stress. This reaches its peak with narrative gaslighting, situations where a parent flatly denies a shared event ever happened, often to avoid their own feelings of guilt. This denial throws the brain into biological chaos. The HPA axis activates, flooding pathways with cortisol. This triggers the amygdala, the fear center. The stress response simultaneously suppresses the prefrontal cortex. Logic is pushed offline, leaving the brain in raw alarm. If this breakdown is helping you understand your own history, subscribe for more. In the comments, share a phrase you heard as a kid that made you second-guess yourself. This neurological hijack reinforces a terrifying conclusion. Your own mind is an unsafe place to live. That child enters adulthood with a reality that has been constantly overridden. Because they were trained to ignore their own signals, they may find themselves entirely dependent on others to validate what is true. This history often manifests in adult relationships as a persistent need for permission, a search for someone else to authorize their feelings. This dynamic evolves into a trauma bond, an addiction to cycles of confusion and intermittent reward. Survivors stay with toxic partners because the makeup phase provides a dopamine hit, matching the template of connection they learned as children. This isn't just anecdotal. Systematic reviews of clinical research link gaslighting and relational abuse directly to identity crises and chronic psychological distress. Everyday gaslighting erodes the capacity to define one's own lived experience. It leaves a person looking to the outside world for the very confirmation their own nervous system is designed to provide. However, the brain's biology offers a way out through neuroplasticity, the innate ability to forge new paths and reorganize its structure. Because the brain is constantly adapting, an adult can actively work to unlearn these ingrained trauma responses. Healing involves recognizing manipulative patterns, enforcing strict personal boundaries, and slowly practicing the act of trusting your own senses. Through this intentional rewiring, survivors can construct a new internal compass, one that is finally allowed to point toward the truth.